studios in Oklahoma City. This is an OU update with Ryan Aber. I'm Jenny Carlson. It's basketball season at OU, and I'm not saying that just to dig at the football team. It actually is the start of basketball season. Sunday is that season opener after a Tuesday night exhibition. And Ryan, this is a different type of year for the Sooners since Lon Kruger has been here. Expectations are up, right?
Yeah, definitely. In Lon Kruger's tenure, the MO has been the same. Come in with low expectations, overachieve, and do it specifically with the way they play defense. Generally, last year was a little bit different with the tempo that they pushed the offensive side. But this year, number 19 to start the season, and their ceiling is much higher than that if Tayshaun Thomas is eligible.
Well, let's talk about Tayshaun Thomas, because it sounds like he could be a guy that pushes them into a different stratosphere. Two-part. What do you like about his game? Sort of dissect him a little bit. And then what do we know about the timeline of learning what his availability is for this season?
Well, I mean, you see in their starting lineup, they've got a little bit of everything. Last year, Cameron Clark gave him the ability at that the other forward spot to step out and have a little bit of range. Now, Tayshaun Thomas does that and still can be physical down low, which is something that Cam Clark game wasn't really suited for. He takes a ton of pressure off Ryan Spangler at the other forward. He doesn't have to be as big of an offensive threat there. Can just hit the boards really hard, pick up baskets down low, but not have to be the dynamic scoring force that he needed to be sometimes inside for the Sooners.
And when do you think we'll know maybe about Thomas?
Well, I asked Lon Kruger that on Monday after practice, and he said, well, I think we'll hear very soon. And then he said, well, I've been saying that for the last 3 weeks. So you never know with the NCAA what their timeline is going to be. The paperwork has been with them for, now about a month. So you've got to think that a ruling is coming very soon, but it's certainly getting a bit frustrating, not only for Tayshaun Thomas, but for the Sooners.
Lastly, a guy that they know is going to be around and by all accounts is even better than before is Buddy Hield. He told you earlier this year that he really was limited by injury last year. Is that the exhibitions that we've seen and what we've seen out of him? Are we starting to see what a full-fledged 100% Buddy Hield looks like?
Yeah, a little bit. He's also remade his body. He's a whole lot stronger, which is going to let him be more physical inside, which is something that Lon Kruger really preached to him in the offseason. We saw Buddy Hield as a freshman get to the rim with regularity. Last year he developed some range in his shot. That let him stay outside for the most part, but also was a little bit concerned about the foot that he had so many problems with late in his freshman season, even trailing into last preseason. Those concerns are gone. He's getting to the rim much better and just becoming a better overall player. This is a guy that we could be talking to after the end of this season, being an NBA draftable type guy.
Wow. And Sunday afternoon, is that the opener?
Yeah, Sunday, 2 o'clock, Southeastern Louisiana. The Sooners open at Lloyd Noble Center.
All right, thanks, Ryan. Be sure to stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoma.